Alina Tsoi, 10th B, Autumn Time. I'm walking down the street alone, with nobody along. I hear the only wind song, deep, sweet, and long. Where's my mind? I think it's gone. It means the only one. That is an autumn. Only at this time, I take a deep breath out on free, open my eyes, and see beauty around me. This beauty is you, your eyes, skin, and pretty dimples that can inspire me.
Happy clumsy elephants came by the riverside. They bumped into a bunch of ants and then could not decide. Should we run or should we hide? Thought the oldest elephant. Or pretend that we're butterflies, so tender and so elegant. Meanwhile, the ants were trembling, thinking, oh my, oh my, oh my. We will be crushed momentarily. We really have no time. One happy clumsy elephant said, these are just tiny ants. They are our friends. And off they went across the land while the ants started to dance.
Alisher Abdulkhalikuli, 10th B. Lessons of Pandemic. Anything has its upsides, even the pandemic, which got under everyone's skin, has taught us things that are out of polemic, lessons that saved us and our kin. It's hard to believe, but wearing a mask just 2 years ago was quite a difficult task. In attempt to protect disease's expanse, we are deprived of any romance. The virus has taught us to love our home. In the world where airports run a dome, we were given time to understand and feel the beauty of homeland. We'll never know how the world could look without Corona. But what we know, it made us stronger. It made us much better of persona. When we hopefully beat it, we'll waste our time no longer.
Shin Evgeny, 10th B. The Lessons of Pandemic. The world was given a task, and it will take a long time. Everyone are wearing masks, and these goals become a prime. The world won't be the same. Sanitizers and social distance. There is no anyone to blame, and we must take resistance. But this is a lesson we need to learn. Many have begun to appreciate life. Prejudice we need to burn, and we have resilience to pride. Isolation taught me to be responsible for my actions, and not to give up. We can defeat any infections. We just need misunderstanding to clear up.
Benitova Karina, 10th B. The Lessons of Pandemic. Pandemic, what is it? We used to live peacefully, without a fuss. Suddenly the disease came to us, under the name of coronavirus or SARS. Quarantine has been declared, and we weren't for it prepared. It all started with 2 weeks, but we lost count of pandemic peaks. There are no more forces. It seems we've exhausted our resources. What has this pandemic given us? It gave us fear, loss, pain, tears. Fear of losing of the old ones and peers. We've gone through the sorrow for almost 2 years. But what the pandemic taught those who work harder? We've become stronger, braver and smarter. We've rethought our whole life. We've stopped being troubled with other people's strife. We've begun to treasure our dearest. We are just a step from being fearless. We've started appreciating the little things. We've understood that peasants are equal to kings. We've changed our perception of the world. We've learned to watch the grass swirl. We've stopped being selfish. We've become to troubles hard-shelled like shellfish. We've learned to think deeply. We've changed completely.
Negative B. The Lessons of Pandemic. Alas, people fell victims to hustle and bustle. Rains throughout all over the world. But was it just really an enormous hassle, with plenty of loss and dreams that deferred? Corona has taught us some lessons of full isolation, has assisted adapting to all kinds of changes, has checked for stamina as civilization, has raised healthcare on the top of the range. We should take advantage and live to the fullest. His only upside, take up something new. We can enter any interest into a full list, follow the way that help us to come through.
Pandemic. It all started harshly. We heard rumors, he say, that many people all of a sudden passed away. Freedom and happiness seems far away. Sorrow and sadness are here to stay. We can't accept validity, we suffer when lose. Everything hurts inside, we are afraid to accuse, not realizing that we turn to a fickle route, for which only we are the blame to choose. We are all selfish, we are all heartless, we deem it as harmless. We can't understand that people are not eternal. Pandemic brings death and pain infernal. It all started all of a sudden. Almost 2 years have passed, but people still haven't endured the task. How can we live without a mask?
Abdulkasim Wasmin, 10th B. The Lessons of Pandemic. Masks, antiseptic, quarantine. The virus, cough, fear. Stay at home, that's all we hear. Misunderstanding, resistance, humility. They said help with your inactivity. People were dying. People were crying. People were starting to value their fragile life. People began to care and love. Their lives of loved ones flew away like a dove. We dreamed of fresh air. There was a flare it would never end. We're all waiting for a happy ending, and we're united to overcome everything.
Albina Kim, 11th B. The Lessons of Pandemic. Is there a chance to start again? The ability to adapt really helped man. When the virus was heard all over the world, there were sanguine hopes that we'd be soon held. Every day is torture and we live online. The world is degrading, we're pushed by deadline. All of my friends just become corpulent. Pandemic and COVID make a strong argument. The halls are empty. Everybody is in Zoom. But Galina Mikhailovna knows how to make boom. In Taras, cafes are closed, and everyone eats buckwheat, except for those who Glovo Pizza greet. People have fun, and it's well understood. There are also those who work for good. Apparently, we got to adjust. What else we can do? It seems like out of truth.
Aysel Turnbekova, 11th B. Lessons of Pandemic. Why, during the pandemic, all people become worried of their lives and future? We are gazing into a sad picture. Why, during the pandemic, many people stayed in panic? Disease is spreading so fast, we live in horror film about us. Why, during the pandemic, all people thought about lessons that it teaches us. And what is their essence? We are distance, no integration. Disease has touched every nation. The world becomes so cruel to humans. Is it a payback from nature for our lack of prudence? Alas, during the pandemics, there is no hope even on academics. Though we can't continue living like nothing happened, we should not have our spirits dampened.
Шевченко Дарьяна, 11Б. The Pandemic of Lessons. The world is a fragile place, not immune to trouble. It has seen many diseases through time. Here again everyone walks with caution. A traitor has appeared among the crowd. People's eyes flicker. They are all suspicious of others. And the lady walks among the people. The crown never falls from her head. A pupil is watching the picture. It's good to answer from the bed. Got up in the morning. Checked in the site. The schedule of the days is free. I can hear doing the test. It's worth getting out and come back in. I've forgotten my mask at home.
Sasha Shmilkova, 11th B. Lessons of Pandemic. Now we have masks on our faces. This is a prerequisite for many places. Coming home, everyone knows it's necessary to wash your hands under water flows. Flasks filled with special solution protect us from unexplored retribution. Many diseases don't disturb us anymore, because now we are more careful than before. Loneliness doesn't seem so terrible. One bypasses the other like invisible. Being alone with yourself is a want. But what will happen in the current? It's not about selfhood, just everyone has already understood. There is no meaning in wealth if you don't value your health.
Veronica Lukash, 11th B. Lessons of Pandemic or Uninvited Guest. Coronavirus roams the world, destroys society without words. It's elusive as a ghost on the planet. It's the host. There was an anxiety in April and strict quarantine in May. The house became a cradle and slaughtered us every day. We've learned to appreciate health, love and enjoy life. We've acquired moral wealth and are able to resolve strife.